Hello and welcome. It is February 19, 2026. Tonight, when you look up at the sky, something will feel wrong. The constellations will still be there, the familiar patterns unchanged, yet the heavens themselves will no longer look the same. Not because of clouds. Not because of light pollution. But because 3I Atlas is no longer a comet. At 4 o'clock UTC this morning, the Deep Space Network confirmed what no one expected to say out loud. The object has completed its maneuver. The loop is closed. Earth is now inside it. Pause for a moment and try to grasp that reality. Just 48 hours ago, astronomers were tracking a hypervelocity interstellar visitor. A routine analysis. We modeled a flyby. We modeled fragmentation. We even modeled catastrophic impact scenarios. But there was one possibility no simulation ever considered. Assembly. Nature is messy. Gravity prefers ellipses, chaos, irregularity. Yet the structure forming around our planet shows a deviation so small it borders on mathematical perfection. Across a circumference spanning tens of thousands of kilometers, the error margin is microscopic. That is not geology. That is geometry. The odds of a natural object disintegrating and redistributing itself into a perfectly spaced orbital ring are so small they lose meaning. This is not chance. This is not random physics playing tricks on us. When I examine the incoming data, I do not see a comet breaking apart. I see coordination. Within hours of the initial anomaly, observatories across the world began reporting the same impossible behavior. The object's rotation slowed, then stopped entirely. No jets. No outgassing. No visible mechanism for energy transfer. Angular momentum simply vanished. Then came the segmentation. Radar signatures fractured, but not violently. There was no explosion, no chaotic debris cloud. Instead, the return signals resolved into discrete units. Hundreds of fragments, equal in mass, separating with surgical precision. A deployment, not a disintegration. Independent instruments confirmed it. Optical telescopes captured the visual symmetry. Astrometric satellites detected gravitational irregularities consistent with controlled acceleration. Infrared sensors recorded brief, synchronized spikes, waste heat without visible exhaust. Each fragment maneuvered as though guided by a shared intelligence. By the time they reached Earth's gravity well, conventional physics predicted a simple outcome. Slingshot trajectory. Exit velocity. Departure. Instead, every fragment fired simultaneously. Velocity dropped. Orbit stabilized. And then, like beads on an invisible wire, they curved into position, forming a continuous ring at geosynchronous altitude, the very region where our most critical satellites reside. The spacing between nodes is chillingly exact. The structure is rigid where it should wobble, stable where it should collapse. Maxwell's equations, Kepler's laws, the very framework of orbital mechanics, none of it adequately explains what we are seeing. Because the fragments are not drifting. They are actively holding formation. And they are doing so without detectable propulsion. Magnetic field measurements reveal the key. Each unit appears to be interacting directly with Earth's magnetosphere, using the planet's own field lines as a stabilizing lattice. No fuel. No exhaust. Just continuous, silent correction. A machine powered by the host it surrounds. Spectral analysis deepens the mystery. The reflected light does not match ice, rock, or dust. The signatures are clean, engineered, suggestive of materials we struggle even to theorize, structures consistent with advanced composites and near-perfect conductors. A ring of superconducting matter encircling a rotating magnetic sphere is not merely a structure. It is a system. A dynamo. Energy readings confirm the consequence. Magnetic flux density is rising. Slowly at first, then faster. The increase is subtle, but measurable. And conservation laws leave little room for interpretation. Energy gained by the ring must come from somewhere. Micro-variations in Earth's rotational parameters hint at the answer. The change is tiny, imperceptible to human experience, yet physically profound. A planetary reservoir being tapped, one fraction of a millisecond at a time. We are not simply enclosed. We are connected. Then came a resonance. Antennas detected a low-frequency hum permeating the magnetosphere. Not noise. Not interference. A coherent signal locked to a familiar rhythm, one that mirrors the natural electromagnetic oscillations of our own planet. The structure is not broadcasting randomly. It is synchronizing. And synchronization implies purpose. As the fragments began adjusting orientation, the pattern became unmistakable. Precision alignment toward a fixed celestial target. Angular deviations smaller than anything achievable by current human technology. This is not drift. This is aiming. Yet the most unsettling discovery is not above us. It is below. Moments after the first directed pulse, deep ocean monitoring systems registered a response. Not reflection. Not scattering. A structured acoustic event rising from the darkest trenches of our world. The sky sent a signal. The deep answered. Embedded within the transmitted data, researchers identified patterns that defy expectation, sequences resembling biological architecture, information structured with the unmistakable logic of molecular encoding. Not a greeting. Not a warning. An instruction set. Across laboratories, anomalies began appearing. Subtle shifts. Accelerated cellular processes. Unusual electrical activity in living systems. The biosphere itself reacting as though exposed to a long-dormant trigger. For generations, we searched the cosmos for signs of intelligence. We assumed the unknown would arrive from distant stars. We never truly considered that part of the equation might already be here. Now the ring glows, a thin, luminous band cutting across the sky, pulsing with a steady rhythm. Above us, a structure of impossible precision. Below us, responses from depths we barely understand. Two systems, separated by thousands of kilometers, behaving as though engaged in dialogue. And humanity stands between them. Watching. Waiting. Realizing that what we thought was an observation may, in fact, be participation. Because if this is not an invasion, not an accident, not a cosmic coincidence, then it may be something far more unsettling. A transition already in